Thank you. Also, nobody's watching. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to set up the compute pass. If you don't know what the compute pass is, basically in WebGPU, which is what this game is written in, there's the concept of a render pass and there's the concept of a compute pass. The render pass is what actually draws stuff to the screen. Obviously, it renders things, and the compute pass sort of prepares things for this, the render pass most of the time. Although you can use a compute pass on its own without rendering anything actually, but in this case, we're using it to prepare things for the compute pass. In particular, since we're making a particle system, we're going to try and move things around accordingly. Now what is going on here? Why do I set the render pass in the renderer? I don't think I need to do this. Okay, so I'm going to go to renderer.h. What happens if I just remove this? And then if I go into renderer.cpp, do we save render pass anywhere? No, we don't. Okay, cool. Well, we use it in this function. And we use it here, but we don't use that variable. Okay, cool. So we didn't need to be doing that. Okay, cool. And we don't need to be doing this either. And let's try building. Bum bum bum. Yeah, this is one of the amazing things about C++ is that builds take forever. Okay, and here's the game. Those watching now may not have seen the game yet. So this is what it looks like. It's called Spec Hops. You play as a bunny, clearly. A special operative, if you will. And you basically have to go around and place down bombs to delete these guys. Boom. And there's some enemies, of course, as well. The enemy texture is not yet quite so amazing. But yeah, there's the game for you. But yeah, back to what we were doing before. I think this is a good place to commit, so I'm going to make a new branch. I'm just going to call it compute for now. Add compute, or add the ability to add a compute pass. Okay, I'm going to push this branch. And then, okay, what's next? So, I've basically set up in our game object. By the way, if anyone is curious what game engine this is, there is no game engine, it's totally custom. So we have this compute function inside the game object. I'm going to make a new game object. I'm going to call it a particle system. So what's a good one to work off of? Maybe square object? Is this a decently simple one? Yeah, this will work. I'll copy these, call it, actually I'll just call it particles. Particles.cpp and particles.h. Let's see, there's probably a bunch of stuff in here that we don't really need. Whoops. Particles. These will need a render. These will need an update. I guess these will need a tint color, but we can leave it for now. These two it definitely does not need. This one doesn't need, and I don't know if it'll need any of these yet, so let's get rid of them for now. And it won't need a texture. And then particles.cpp. I think we could pretty much just clear all these out. Don't need texture path. This can be a position. Thank you, AI, for doing that for me. The render function will be blank for now. The update function will be blank for now. And also this is called particle, not square object. Okay. And let's spawn one of these in the world. Where to do that? Maybe in world dot. I'll just spawn one wherever the player is. Of course, we don't see anything yet, but let's see. So where the player is, I'm going to push back the particles game object. And we'll have it at the draw priority player level, and then the position will just be the X and Y of the position of the player. So wherever the player spawns, we're going to have created this system or this particle game object at that same position. Although, of course, it won't yet do anything. Did I call it particle, not particles? Oh, I did. Particles. No member named player and draw priority. What is there? Okay, fine. We'll make it a character. Probably there should be a player one, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, some more errors. Template instantiation requested here. No matching constructor. Okay, where did we go wrong? Particles is name, draw priority. Oh, of course, we need to fix it here as well. Ah, wonderful, linker error. Let's see, what are we missing? Oh, I need to rerun CMake, of course. Okay, there we go. So undeclared identifier particles. Oh, this needs to be particles.h. Okay, there we go. And then particles will also have a compute pass. And then let's put something in here, just so we can see if it's running. And I see, okay, cool, this is running. Awesome. Now, let's see, how are we going to render this? Well, first, okay, well, now this is a question for ChatGPT. Okay, can you, here, let's just ask ChatGPT 4, not the expensive, okay, fine, we'll ask 4.0. How do particle system, wait, how do I, Okay, here's what I think we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to make a buffer with particle positions. 2, render that buffer. 3, well, that's actually step 3. Okay, so this is just the order that we're going to do it actually. So first we're going to make a buffer with all the particle positions, then render it, and then we'll worry about updating the buffer in the compute shader. I think it should be fairly straightforward. We might have to go make a particle shader though. But that can just be a simple shader that does a solid color. Okay. Let's see. You know, maybe we'll use Aider. Okay. How does this work? Maybe in OpenGL /source. You know, we'll make a new directory, a new thing for Aider, of course. CD OpenGL. This is a little bit of a out-of-date name considering the game does not use OpenGL anymore. But we'll use Aider. By the way, in case anyone doesn't know, Aider is a really cool AI assistant for coders. But it's definitely, so in the renderer, we'll have to give it the render.h. We'll have to give it rendering / data format. I have to go under source. And let's also give it data formats.h. Let's give it, let's see, what else should we give it? Give me 1 second, I'm gonna, wait, what the heck? Okay, 1 second. Need to grab my mini sprite. Okay, so data formats. As far as the resources go, we'll have to probably give it some shaders. Oh, this is new. Okay, cool. We'll give it a square object, just as an example of a shader. And then we'll also give it square object. /game object / square object.cpp. Okay, that should be good for now. Yeah, why not update Aider? Yes, let's do all that. Yeah, actually, yeah, what's new in this version of Aider? Cool. Okay. So what do we want to do? We want to say, I want to make a, well, actually, let's also commit this first. And let's make sure it goes. Okay, in Aider we'll say a particle system. Oh wait, actually let's just give it the particles as well. Let's also go OpenGL //. Okay. We'll just have to. So now we're just giving it a prompt. I'm excited to see if this will work. The game is based on web GPU. For now, let's just make a buffer of particles and render all of them. That should be. Let's see. They will also need a new shader since each particle should just be a solid color. Okay, it seems to be making a new file called particles.wgsl. That's exciting. Man, dude, I freaking love AI. That cost me 5 cents. I hope it was worth it. Let's see. Okay. Oh yes, let's create the file. Feet, add particle system. Wow, we'll see. Let's see what this does. Boom. I'm seeing some errors. Not a good sign. So sad AI. Let's see. I'm kind of glad that it didn't paste this whole error into ChatGPT because I do not know if I want to pay for that many. The matching constructor for initialization of buffer particle. Oh, does this want to be a shared pointer? I think I can just do this. I don't think this needs to be a shared pointer in this case. Well, let's try this. There's a okay. I'm trying to remember how I use buffer view elsewhere in our game. Okay, we do use create. In that case, I think we actually do have to use create here as well. And if I'm remembering correctly how I wrote this, yes, the buffer has to be a shared pointer, so the buffer view can have a weak pointer to it. So let's do that. Probably we'll be able to change this soon. Also, what the hell is this particle type? I don't remember doing this. Well, good enough, I guess. Okay, still plenty of errors. But, looks like we're doing better. This is a shared pointer. Do you have to do all this though? I don't think so, actually. Because I'm guessing that particles is going to start out empty and it'll get added if it needs to. Okay, let's see. Man, I really went pretty freaking ham on this, on the templates for this. Will this work, or does it have to be a reference? Okay, well, I do this elsewhere. Yeah, I use forward as tuple. Yeah, I don't think this is the way to go. I think all the particles need to have just a uniform for their position, and then they can all share one uniform for the transformation matrix. And actually, probably everything in the game can share one uniform for the transformation matrix. Yeah. Well, let's try this. Maybe it got the something else wrong. Well, vertex uniform is just a buffer view. What is the point of this? Why did it do like this? I actually think this could have just been a buffer. But let's leave it as a buffer view for now. Why not? How did I even write the create function? This is crazy of me. Okay, I think this actually can just be a buffer. It needs to be a uniform buffer. And not a uniform buffer view. And I, of course, have to change particles to H. No matching conversion for functional style class from particle vertex uniform to uniform buffer. But I'm confused because vertex uniform is a uniform buffer. And so is this, right? Oh, but this is going to be something else. What does uniform buffer do? What does it take? What does buffer take? I mean, it takes a vector. So I guess I have to put this and so the type is copy destination. No matching constructor for initialization of uniform buffer. This goes here. update in buffer. So I'm going to get offset. I think there's no need for any offsets anymore. Draw requires 5 arguments of forward provided. Pipeline, point buffer, index buffer, bind group, offset. Ah. So, how are you even supposed to draw these? Can you draw? Let's ask ChatGPT. How do I draw many instances of the same thing at different positions? Wonderful, we need an instance buffer. Oh, but it's gonna just be a normal buffer, it looks like. Okay, I guess this is our instance buffer. Particle buffer is our instance buffer. And then, let's see. How the heck does this work? Oh, I see. So we still need a regular square to render. I see. We just access the instance position. Okay, let's see. Whew. Okay, to render a regular square. Wait, what the heck is going on here? Well, I guess we need these anyway. Okay, let's do it. Do I already have a concept of particle vertex? Oh, I do not. Oh, I. I do not. Let's just do position. Okay. how to do it in square object. Something like that. Thank you, AI. Extra comma we don't need. And of course, we also need the index buffer. So we can say the same. Okay, missing comma between base and member initializers. What the heck? I thought I had a comma here. Okay, wait, what? Okay, back to this. Draw. So it's not really how I do this, is it? Oh, I guess it is. I'm having trouble hashing particles. Okay, actually this should definitely not be a shared pointer. I should definitely not use buffer create. Really annoying that you have to define these manually in C++. It's probably as fair to use create with. Let me remember how to do that. We need some way to hash them. Oh yes, that's right. I actually meant to do this, not video form. Okay, we don't see anything yet. I think that's okay. Also says warning particles. Particles will come after square objects. That's okay. Let's fix it anyway. Okay, cool. Making some progress. We don't see anything yet still, though. That would be pretty cool if we could see something. So what's going on here? Let's just make sure this is actually running. Ha! I don't see it saying drawing particles. That's not good. But why not? Let's see square object. Am I just going crazy? But I remember doing... Did it break something? What happened? Okay, let's do... Okay, we do create the particles. We just never call the render function. Okay, let's see. Probably it's because particles is empty. Doi. I should have put this at the top. Okay, cool. Well, let's just make sure there's at least some particles to start with. Wonderful. Okay, binding usage, copy destination of buffer unlabeled. Doesn't match expected usage of buffer usage uniform. Forgot about that. Okay, let's just not do it this way. Nice. So we have to expand and contract this buffer and whatnot. So fingers crossed. Womp. Bad weak pointer, are you kidding me? Man, there's just no way to debug this, is there? uh, Well, let's see. The only place that weak pointers exist. Wait, where the hell even are the weak pointers? What? Okay, whatever. Let's not worry about this for now. Okay, so they are getting rendered. We just don't see them. Man, this is the type of time it'd be really convenient to have a graphics debugger. But unfortunately, okay. Metal graphics debugger. Maybe there's one for Macs actually. Okay, this seems like it would be useful to be able to do, but not gonna be able to do it today, I think. It's getting a little late here. Well, thanks to whoever it is that tuned in. Don't know who you are, but I appreciate it and expect many more unpredictable game coding sessions. There's nothing quite as freaking exciting as engine development, is there? That is for sure. Yeah, we'll have to make an Xcode build for this. I wish I could just like attach. There has to be a way to do this. Okay, you just have to do. You just have to do an Xcode. Okay, well, wonderful. All right. See you, squad. I'll. Yeah. Have a